to this point. So there may be some things we cover here you're not 100% up to speed with. Going back and picking up those other items will be helpful, as well as look forward and look for the next parts of these. I think we have a couple more coming up. Make sure you block those times out and get registered for those as well. Just the logistics that Rich talked about before, this is where you're going to find the chat and the Q&A windows. So once again, if you have any of those items, feel free to go in there. Where you're going to find those recorded webinars we talked about, heading out to Autotask under the Academy, those on-demand webinars. And once again, our survey again. And we do really encourage you to do this. This is no different than you would do with your customers. We feel like we're providing some really valuable content to you and some things to help you run your business in really a non-commercial kind of way, but we want to make sure that the data that we're providing is the type of data you need, because we spend quite a bit of time doing that. Just a moment or two on myself. Most people have bumped into me at some point or another. I've been with Autotask for heading on 6 years now. Before I joined Autotask, I spent about 25 years in the IT services business and have a little bit of experience in dealing with the types of things you deal with on a daily basis and helping people understand how to do that. Once again, today's agenda, we're going to talk about the overview of the whole series. We're going to do a brief introduction to MSP University, and then we're going to dig into part 4 of our series, do some wrap-ups and Q&A. And once again, I encourage you to write those questions as they come up. We may either deal with them immediately as you post them, if it seems relevant and it's a good place to go, or we may hold those towards the end. So here's the series overview we're talking about before. We have 3 down. We are here on the 4th, and as you can see, we have 4 more after this. So we have our 8 part. I was short-changing us there, Eric. I apologize for that. We have 8 of. I understand. You know, we have 8 of these going through, and so once again, encourage you to go forward, go ahead, register for these, get them on your calendar, and just make sure you continue with that. And would encourage you to go out to MSP University site, sign up, gain access to some of their information as well that you're going to find there. And Eric, why don't I just let you? I'll introduce Eric here, and let Eric introduce himself, and I think your slides are after this. I may have 1 or 2 more, but I'll let you do your own introduction. How's that?
Thanks, Steve, and thanks everyone for attending part 4 of our webinar series. We put our heads together, Autotask and MSP University, to try to craft a curriculum over a series of 8 monthly webcasts to take us through the end of this year on how to really either transform your business into a profitable managed services practice, adopt a managed services practice, or improve your existing practice by increasing your efficiencies, effectiveness, and net profitability through best practices, processes, and procedures, and tools like Autotask and automate your service delivery procedures. So as you can see, I've got a little bit of experience in the industry. Background is from enterprise IT, and I bring that enterprise IT background and experience into discussions on improving service delivery. So thank you very much again for attending. All right, just a couple of slides on MSP University. We are the largest online business improvement and transformation resource for IT providers in the channel today, looking to improve their operations, marketing, sales, and service delivery effectiveness. Partners can engage with us in a number of different ways. There's a free basic membership that provides you with dozens of high-definition video webcasts, forums, tools, and collateral to help you begin educating yourself and your team on improving your IT practice. And then we have different levels of membership based upon your current need at that point, whether that be marketing, operations, sales, service delivery, etc. Subscription-based, month-to-month partnership, no long-term commitments there. And there's a snapshot of our portal at mspu.us. So I encourage you guys to take advantage at least of our free basic membership. There's a lot of valuable education and resources.
And I have to say, Eric, if I interject here, the update you guys did to the portal is fantastic. So for those of you who spent some time on the portal in the past and have not done so recently, say in the last 3-4 weeks, encourage you to go back again. They have reorganized, redesigned, and really made the portal fantastic looking and functioning website.
Well, thanks, Steve. And we take our role pretty seriously in making our content easy to consume and easy to access. So we've built out specific dashboards for each of these different areas of education and training for you. And I think at the end of the deck here, I think I have a slide that'll show you what one of those looks like. So thanks for that, Steve. And that's based on the feedback of our partners and what they want us to do to help them educate and train their organizations much more effectively. All right. So let's get into some meat and potatoes here. And here are our topics for today's webcast. It's all about your agreement and what to include and exclude, how to tailor it to your specific deliverables so that there's no ambiguity of your SLA and what the client expectation is and what your responsibilities are in addressing that expectation, and how to properly position and present that agreement to your client when they're signing the agreement so that the follow-on onboarding process again reinforces their decision to move forward with you because it aligns with the expectations that you've set during the pre-sales process. Okay? Now, again, this is a lesson that we don't need to learn, is delivering service without agreements. A properly crafted agreement is critical in, again, establishing roles and responsibilities not only of your team and your staff and also the client's responsibilities in participating in their maintenance, right? So what they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to open service requests, what's covered, what's not covered, what your response time is. Again, we'll talk about SLA in a minute, and how you deliver service and when. So you've got to make certain that during the pre-sales process, all of these things are discussed and in the agreement are reinforced during the signing of the agreement, and we'll talk about that in an upcoming slide as well. Now, the agreement is a binding contract, right? So basically, if you are not performing against the agreement, then your client is going to have a problem and may want to terminate that agreement. So it's critical for you to understand that not only are you basically guaranteeing your services in that agreement, so you have to be careful on what you put into the agreement, what you're able to perform and what you're not able to perform. A good example of that would be when you're reselling services from a third party